Books or movies? Which one do you prefer to be told a story by, and why?
I like movies better because I think an image really draws you in a lot better than words and phrases. I think image maybe that's crude or something will stick with a person, like possibly a murder, or so something to that effect will stick in a person's mind better than words, I believe.
Well, for me, it's books because I enjoy reading. They have more detail in it, and I have overactive imagination, if you will. So I'm usually able to, see what the book's trying to say. Movies, they sometimes cut out what I think are important parts. And if I have like for example, Twilight, like I had a certain view of Edward, and I don't think the movie really recreated that, so it kind of ruined the experience for me. But if I was just reading the book, I was fine. I really liked the books, but that's why I would pick books over movies.
I think for a horror film like The Descent, it's really hard to picture it when you're in a dark cave. I mean, it's easy to picture a dark cave, but to picture the creatures that were in the cave, or to visualize like one of your worst fears, like getting stuck in a tunnel or something like that. I think that's something you gotta witness, and I think movies in that case are the better selection.
I think movies need the more action-packed part of the books, or the most intriguing. The screenwriter has to make sure they can, get the detail that they need and give it to the director who does the casting. I'm pretty sure it's a really intricate process if you want to make a good movie with a book, so that's how they go hand in hand, I think.
Why do I like to watch movies? Basically just to escape from reality for a while, take a little break from what I'm doing in classes, social life. Just kind of imagine myself as, say, a character in the story that I'm watching. Yeah, just basically time to sit back and relax with family, friends, etc. Say just a vivid detail. You're watching a horror film with your friends. Basically, you kind of get that emotional rush. That, one person's sitting there, like really getting into the movie, like really sitting close to it, and they get very freaked out because one scene, the person jumps up and whatever else, and gets everyone else riled up, and it makes the movie really enjoyable. And I had to laugh myself because I got really scared, and well, not scared, more of surprised, I guess, and I wasn't scaring the audience with me. Enjoyable, but then there are times I'm sitting there eating popcorn, and it's like it's like, oh god, the popcorn taste is terrible, and it makes you want to, not want to eat anymore, but yet you still kind of get caught up in it. It's this kind of rotation you do, and it's kind of a kinesthetic thing too. Someone's passing you popcorn, you can't see them out of the peripherals, and they pass the popcorn over and you eat it, and it's like, oh god, it's gross, I gotta spit it out. And then you also got your friends that are like falling asleep, and you gotta go throw popcorn on them. You also got your friends that try the popcorn earlier, and they're like, no, don't eat it, it's like really gross. And then you also got like your other friends in the back, kind of sitting there falling asleep together. Then, the one is kind of like putting popcorn on the other one's face, and it's quite entertaining. But yeah, you're not watching all that. You kind of see in your peripherals, or just kind of noticing it later on, or talking about it back and forth after the movie. But then it's basically time to spend with your friends and whatever else. A lot of college students like to hang out and do that, and this, that, and the other. Especially people I've talked to about movies and stuff like that. And yeah, it's always kind of a fun thing to do with your friends and whatever else on the weekends or weeknights, or when you don't have homework, or when you're stressed out from things, you want to take a quick break. There's all types of reasons to watch movies. Of course, I can easily be biased about it, but like I was saying before, movies are really based off some of the best novels out there. And you can always get that, imagination from a book and whatever else, but you can't really get that visualization going when it comes to books versus movies. And there's a lot of pros and cons to movies, as well as a lot of pros and cons to books. So it's basically all depends on your preference. Do you enjoy movies, or do you enjoy books? That's the question you have to ask yourself.